Hello everyone and welcome to John's Drams, the channel where I, John, have a dram. Today we have something, not brand new anymore, but still quite new. This, in the glass, is the inaugural release from Bonnington. I've tried a few things from this distillery already. I tried their 12-year-old indie bottling when it came out, that obviously they didn't make. I tried their 15-year-old indie bottling that they didn't make. I tried the Yardhead, and I've tried a few of their maturing liquid samples at the Tipsy Midgie about 18 months ago when I was trying to secure a deal with Bladnock at the time. So I'm curious to see if they fucked this up as well. That might sound cruel, but I've genuinely had nothing good from them so far. In fact, if anything, they've gotten worse as time's gone on. So the stuff that they bottled which wasn't theirs, can't blame them for that. Yardhead was shocking. I was at the Tipsy Midgie. I tried it first at Uskebe and I was like, oh, that's terrible. That's just terrible. And then I tried it at the Tipsy Midgie and I was like, I'll skip that if that's alright with you. And they were like, oh, why? And I was like, because I've had it before and I didn't think much of it. I was trying to be nice. And they were like, oh no, we've changed it. So I tried it again. It's still fucking shit. And then we tried some of their maturing liquids. So a fair few cask draws from port casks and wine casks, and I think there was a bourbon in there as well, and they were bad. They were genuinely bad. I don't mind sulfur on a whiskey. There was something wrong with these because they were just rotten boiled eggs through and through. They were bad. I was with Will Pitchford at the time because I was trying to score a deal with Bladnock for some of the filming stuff that never came to anything at my last employ. And yeah, we were there and we were trying them and we just kind of gave each other a face and we're like, okay. So I got a bottle of this in because I had to know. The fact that they don't call themselves Crabbies, they call themselves Bonnington. Won't read too much into that, but yeah, this should be interesting because I'm pretty sure they were always planning on being Crabbies. Somebody might be able to correct me on that one because I thought that was what they were going with, but yeah, we'll see. Unless that was what before they bottled their own and then they were calling their own Bonnington, and maybe I've got cross wires. That does seem likely, to be fair to me. Single cask, ruby port. Ballots and all sorts. It was about 80 quid on release, I want to say. I think. I remember not so well. Oy may. I just dived in with the nose, I'm sorry. Oh, that's not encouraging. Okay. Black mould, damp laundry, and eggs. Some raisins coming through. There's a hit of sulphur. There's more of that sulphur that I've come to expect at this point. I genuinely don't know if that's what they're going for, or it's just what's happening. If it's what they're going for, then alright, bold, I suppose. It's getting a little sweeter as I nose it. But we're in very much, crack the window open kind of territory here. It's more off notes than pleasant notes. Seaweed. Let's be gentle. Let's be nice about this. Kelp, bladder rack. A day at the beach with a freshly discovered body. Yeah, Do you know, it's actually reminding me a little bit of the smell of black pudding as well. There's a super mature cheddar coming through as well, or sharp cheddar, I suppose you would call it. I'm not much of a fan of like super sharp cheeses. It's just never been my thing. My ex loved them. He would only eat extra mature cheddar, which, I mean, made cheese on toast a nightmare. Okay. Unusually simple. Little blackcurranty, actually. Ginger nut biscuits. Quite buttery. Cola cubes, sultanas, fresh ginger. This is one of those situations where the nose and the palate nowhere near each other. It's not a bad thing because the nose was not filling me with confidence. I'm going to stick some water in. It does have a slight pinkish hue, which you would hope, to be fair, with it being a port single cask. It's a blush, because obviously we're dealing with young liquid here. Oh. Oh, it's gone full-blown egg. Oh, it's not often I recoil from the nose of a whiskey. In fact, it might. I'm not sure it's ever happened. On here, anyway, it's definitely happened, but I don't know if it's ever been caught on camera. Oh, Jesus. When I was a teenager, my mother decided I needed to go on a diet. She wasn't wrong. She was trying to get me to pick up women. And every morning she would make me a boiled egg. Boiled eggs stink. For those of you who don't know, they are rancid smelling. Well, they weren't. My mum did them because she overdid everything. So apparently, if you don't boil an egg for 20 minutes, then they don't reek. But apparently, if you do, then they absolutely reek the house down. And these reeked the house down. I took to throwing them out the window into the neighbour's garden. They were that bad. So it was a diet of a sort in that it was a starvation diet more than anything else because I couldn't eat breakfast. I mean, I'm fat, drunk, and gay, so it didn't work out for her, but hey. God almighty. Ugh, Mummy's protein diet all over again. That sounded weird. I'm going to try drinking it now because the nose is offensive. Flavour's lovely. It's ginger snaps, like white frosting on a cake. It's quite sweet and sugary, but the nose is awful. There is a little bit of a tannic wine quality coming through. It's subtle, but it's there. And yet, despite being a port finish, I'd almost associate the flavour that's coming through to more like a dry white wine, like a good Chenin Blanc. Honeydew melon, golden delicious apples. I'm just going to go in with the flavour. I'm not going to smell it because... Pancakes with butter. A little bit of honey. It's very fruity and bright and sweet and lovely. It is a little simple. There's not really anything in regards to a finish at all. But it's the best that they've done so far. Oh, a little dark chocolate, actually. Just as I breathed out. That's quite a nice, pleasant surprise. Have you tried the Bonnington? Have you tried any of their other stuff previously? Did you have an opportunity to try some of their maturing liquid before it went live? This was a very niche thing in one bar in Edinburgh, so I'd be surprised if you have been privy, but on the off chance I thought I'd ask. What do you think of the Yardhead? It's bad, isn't it? Any thoughts on Whiskey Max? Let's try and keep it positive. Do you know if Bonnington are deliberately going for sulphuric whiskey? Because I'd be fascinated to know. Am I going to make an enemy of somebody probably by saying all this? Probably, because they're literally down the road. So that's a Christmas card list I'm probably off. The whiskey tastes lovely, but the nose is awful. It's just very eggy still. And I was genuinely hoping they'd gotten past it. But no, not yet. And it's strong enough that, I don't mind sulphur in a whiskey. It's strong enough where I'm like, it doesn't feel like this is deliberate. So I would like to know. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thumb the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you aren't already. Did you know 8 billion of my subscribers aren't subscribed yet? Or something. I don't know, I've seen loads of YouTubers being like, did you know 97% of you aren't subscribed but watch my videos? It's because it doesn't fucking do anything. If you watch the videos, they come up on your feed whether you subscribe or not at this point. It's kind of pointless. But it makes me feel better, so go on. Keeps food on the table for Mo. Is he asleep or dead? No, he's breathing. Okay. Yeah, that was everything. I'll see you next time where I'll be drinking another thing. Hopefully less eggy.